Okay, a little bit more sketching. So this is the end of the stuff in the modulus function. You need to be able to sketch y equals the modulus of f of x and y equals f of the modulus of x. I'll just go over one example of each, which I think will be enough. So sketching y equals the modulus of f of x. This means if f of x is positive, it won't change. But if f of x is negative, it will become positive. So f of x is positive. Remember, we're looking at y coordinates. So f of x is positive all the way around here, all the way up here. So those bits of the curve will stay the same. But where your y coordinates are negative, so where you're below the x-axis, they will become positive, i.e. they'll get multiplied by -1. So the resulting shape is going to look, in fact, I can move that down because it's not going to be anything below the x-axis. Let's pop it down a little bit. So this bit here gets reflected up. You get quite odd looking graphs for these. So that's going to come up like that. This bit here stays the same. This bit here gets reflected up. I'm trying to get a good sketch now. So that's going to give me a bit around like that. And then this bit here remains the same. So that is y equals the modulus of f of x. So, for instance, if your y-axis intercept is -3, when it gets reflected up, it becomes 3. So everything comes up. If you think about it, this is the same as when you sketch y equals the modulus of x. You start with y equals x, and then anything below the x-axis gets reflected in the x-axis. So you've sort of been doing that, but in a different way with the linear sketches. So let's write that down. So any parts of the graph below the x-axis, but obviously the understanding is what you need rather than remote learning, are reflected in the x-axis. So that's what you need to do there. Right, sketching the other one, so that's y equals f modulus of x. I'll let you pause that if you need to. Right, order of operations. The first thing you do is modulus of x, and then you do f of x. So if x is positive, so x is positive to the right of the y-axis, when you do modulus of x, it won't change anything. If x is negative, so all the way around here, the first thing you do is you make x positive by doing modulus of x, and then you apply f of x. So the negative x is going to behave like the positive x. So you'll get a reflection of the part of the graph where x is positive in the y-axis, and you'll end up with something looking something like oh, excuse me, sorry. Hay fever. Right, so it'll come down like this. So that's my positive x section, and that gets reflected in the y-axis, like so. So that is y equals f modulus of x. So the negative x behaves like the positive x. So let's write that down. So the section of the curve where x is positive is reflected in the y-axis. So that's how to sketch those. So, i.e. the negative x behaves like a positive x. So I'll just give you a few questions on those. And then that's modulus done. We've done it quite quickly, but that's all you need to know for modulus function from there.